Most of us would agree that the three most precious words in any language are peace on earth. Yet on any given day, there are dozens of wars being fought in the world. All wars require that we cope with the destruction of life by abandoning our good nature. We do this by lumping every individual together, including children, the elderly, kind and peaceful citizens, into one indistinguishable mass, which we label our enemy. In December 2005, Ingrid Newkirk traveled to Palestine to address the conference on nonviolent resistance. Her message was that the principles of nonviolence require us to re-examine our relationship with the animal nations. I hope her talk inspires in you a desire to help increase the sum total of peace on earth every single day of your life. Thank you.
Gandhi asserts that the most significant moral characteristics of a nation are its capacity for charity, and that one can measure a nation's greatness not by its achievements, its scientific advances, or its contribution to arts and literature, or by its power and influence in the world, but by its treatment of animals. Why? Because animals are so alien to us, they are so dissimilar in their appearance, that it is hardest for us to relate to them. That is our test.
I would like to give the floor to Ingrid Newkirk.
Mahaba, assalamu alaikum, shalom, and good morning. Everyone listening is a person of principle, and today I must ask you to open your hearts and minds to the possibility that how we treat animals is an issue which goes to the very heart of who we are. Can we persuade people to feel empathy for those they truly believe are inferior? It helps us determine if we have grasped the most basic problem facing those who wish to resolve conflicts, a lack of empathy for others who are not exactly like us. This is a very interesting exercise because it requires us to challenge our own ingrained prejudices, even as we challenge others to confront theirs. This conference is exceptional because at most conferences, animal issues are not often put on the table. Animals themselves are usually on the table as the main course. When I was a little girl, I lived in India, and our house was always full of refugees, of the poor, of the disabled, of unwed mothers who were cast out of their homes because they were no longer welcome there since they were pregnant. And it was always full of animals. My mother said to me, "It doesn't matter who needs help. It only matters that they do need help." I didn't realize back then that that was the most unusual thing to think, sadly. The question is, why don't enough good people care? It's not as if reaching out to one group takes away from reaching out to another. The problem lies in the definition of me, of my people, and most of all, the definition of others. If we change those definitions, our work is done. Resistance is taught, and it is instinctual. It's not intellectual. To rid ourselves of our biases takes effort, and sometimes it takes an experience. Lauren Isley writes a story about how he was in a cabin in the wilderness. He captured a male and a female sparrowhawk in a box, but when he caught them it was night, and so he slipped in the dark. The male bird attacked Isley's thumb with his strong beak, injuring it badly, which allowed the hawk's mate to slip out of the box and fly off. When the light came up, Isley examined the male and found he was young and in good condition. The hawk glared at him with fierce eyes as Isley placed him in a small box. He would leave on the truck to live in a small cage in a city where he would spend the rest of his life. The next morning, Isley took the box in which the little hawk was imprisoned out onto the grass and started building a cage. As he worked in the sunshine, he thought to himself how fine a day it was to be alive. Then secretively he looked around the camp and he opened the box. He took the hawk out of the box and he said suddenly he knew what he was going to do. And he put him down on the grass, and in a minute that hawk was just gone. Isley recalls, he flew up into the towering emptiness of light and crystal that was so intense that my eyes could scarcely bear to penetrate it. There was silence. Then from far up somewhere, a cry. When I heard that cry, my heart turned over. It was not the cry of the hawk I had captured, for by shifting my position against the sun, I could see, coming straight out of the sun's eyes, where she must have been soaring restlessly above us for untold hours, hurtled his mate. Then they were gone forever, somewhere beyond the eyes of men. All living beings wish to be free. How many donkeys are there now?
We have horses and donkeys, 98 animals.
Who are all these angels?
This is the oldies, the wounded that need special care, all the mothers and babies. His mother died in car accident in the Negev, near Beersheba. And we had to give him milk by bottles.
Well, he thinks you're his dad.
And he came to us from Kalansra, is our village nearby, and he was involved in a car accident, and the leg was still
dangling.
But he put wood in two sides of the bandages and tried to call us, and we didn't manage. In the end, the leg started to get rotten, and we had to amputate it.
And we just adopted a donkey from you.
Yeah?
Jody?
Jody.
Practicing nonviolence in the face of violence can be difficult.